Hey, Soul fam, Amelia Adair here. I hope you're feeling well, doing well. I'm feeling well, I'm doing well. And I just wanted to pop in and speak to you per usual. I'm happy that we slowly winding back. And I wanted to say that if I don't know which order I'm gonna post these videos, okay? So fam, so just make sure you watch them chronologically, because they're in a sense all welcome back, and we're going to just be touching on little things that make a big difference, let's say that. And so I wanted to come to you and say that one thing that I noticed was, as I was taking this break, right? Let's start there. Yeah, no, so fam, this is the longest I've been away from y'all. You know, like this is the longest I've been away from work, period. And I don't really like to say work because it never feels like work. When I'm speaking with you, it feels like I'm speaking with my family, and my family's here too, so I'll also be speaking with my family. But also, so fam, when prior to me going through a season of pause, that's what we're gonna call it, a season of pause. Before me going to a season of pause, I had a lot of questions. You know, I was telling you that I was in this space and I didn't know how I got here. You know, like it happened so fast, and I felt like I thought I had all my ducks in a row. Turned out some of them ducks was missing. You know what I'm saying? Or some of those ducks was overlooked, rather. You know, and so fam, one thing that came up through my healing process, because so fam, I went through what I went through, then I went through healing, and then I went through chilling. So, you know, in a sense of like, okay, making sure I'm ready to come back. Okay, so these are, I guess we can say, we gotta have a word for it. I want to call them healers, but there's a word for it. So fam, help me. These are enlightenments. That's the word. These are enlightenments that came up as I was going through this season, right? And so one of the things that really came up and really like started to push me forward was I came to a place, so fam, where I was afraid to live the life that I built. Okay? And so we're going to break that down, so fam, because as you're healing, you may have gone through something similar, and it always helps when you share. So listen, so fam, as I was healing myself, right? So when we talk about healing, we talk about our past, okay? And I don't want to call them past traumas because then it puts an illusion that our whole past was just so crazy, you know, like not even to use the word crazy, but it was so horrible, right? We get so stumped on a problem that we faced in our past that we start to move forward thinking like, my childhood was just horrible, and my family was just this, and my friends were just this, and everybody were just this. And when you really take a minute and look at it, every day wasn't so horrible, okay? And so one thing that I realized as I was healing from the past, meaning like when certain situations went apart and it hit me harder than I may have realized, I internalized that, and in a sense caused me to always be like on edge, okay? Or always in flight and fight mode, right? Or always thinking someone is after you or against you, you know, so you always in kind of defense mode. You're not really living, okay? So this is what we are referring to. So fam, as I was healing and understanding and processing and dealing with grief, right? I came to a place where everything was copacetic, okay? Everything was copacetic, right? But my body wasn't used to everything being copacetic, because everything was always something was always happening that my body was just always ready to just like be at war. You know what I'm saying? And so when I came to this place and I was like afraid to live the life I built, it was like I wasn't walking into my creation, okay? So what that means is if you if you're going to school, right, you building yourself up and you going to the gym and you working on being better, right? Everything that we've been doing, if you working on it, because you see the bigger goal, right? Something in your spirit has to kind of, how could you say, embrace it, right? Something in your spirit has to embrace all of this change, right? Because our mind our mind is being reprogrammed, right? Thinking more positive, trusting ourselves, praying with God. You know, all of these things are becoming an everyday habit that you never used to have, right? So as you're trying to create these new habits and you're doing this new routine and you walking into these new blessings and things like that, and it's time for you to embrace it and accept it, it's like a big part of guilt leaves off of you, right? Because as we're doing these things, so them, it's not easy, right? As we're making changes, it's easier said than done. When we want to argue with somebody, we got to catch ourselves, right? When we want to revert back to old habits, we got to catch ourselves. We have to be strong, okay? And have a clear mind, that have a belief that, wow, you did it. You know, like, you know how people say believe in yourself type of saying, like, believe in yourself. There's a deep believing in yourself that comes, Sophia, when you start to see results of all the work that you're doing, right? And so when you are embracing it, stay with me, Sophia, when you are embracing it, you're really not playing no games, okay? Like, you treating yourself and in a way where it's like, I'm not accepting less and I'm not feeling bad about it. You know, I'm not being nice, okay? I'm not saying yes to make you feel better. I'm not listening to these individuals who just don't understand you at all, who hasn't done any work but has aged, you know, and really listening when people are talking to you and they're trying to come into your life, okay? Or putting yourself out there for new jobs, right? Putting yourself out there for new positions. And those positions will start coming to you, they'll start flowing to you when you really in your heart, so fam, this is what I'm talking about. Really in your heart, be like, yo, I'm worth this. I'm worth this. And when you've always been pushed down and pulled down, it's really hard to believe that you are worth, you're worth some respectful communication. Okay, so fam, you're worth a salary. Okay? You're worth it. For a long time, so fam, I'm always 100 with you. I'm always be 100 with you. There was a part of me that slowed down. Okay, like I tried, not that I tried to slow myself down, but there was a seed planted in me that was basically saying, if you get too successful, if you appear too successful, there's not going to be no one for you. You know, like, and so there was a part of me like, wow, so I put a limit on myself, so fam, like, I can't do too much, because if I do too much, then I'm going to surpass, you know, a lover. I'm gonna be honest, so fam, a lover, because of the way the world is right now, okay? And so fam, I slowed myself down, which was one of my biggest mistakes. Not mistakes, because I learned my lessons, but one of my biggest lessons. Okay? I slowed myself down, soul fam, because it was just, you see, I have no words. It was just like being successful, soul fam, and being great and being positive and following God and following yourself and believing in yourself. There's not a lot of people that's doing it. You would think because you go online and you see so much information about being great, you see the views that are there, that you would just kind of assume the world is doing it. You know, like everyone's doing it. And then you see yourself in a room full of people constantly that just don't either apply the knowledge or don't see the knowledge, or, you know, you be like, all that has happened, you're still not grateful. You know, like you could kind of meet people who are just still complaining, you know, their words. And moral of the story, so fam, is walk into that higher version of you unapologetically. And when you meet people that are too far down to pull up, have that strength to walk away. And as I'm where I'm at and where I'm going, if someone is not meeting that, you know how they say meet people where they at? No. So fam, leave people where they at and just be you. Okay? And so if someone is down here, right, and you being you, they will follow your actions or leave you alone. One of the two. Either way, you're not putting yourself down and then trying to build back up. And if someone's where you at, great, let's have a conversation. If someone's all the way up here, you know you on your way. You don't even have to expect them to pull you up. You know, entitlement. You don't have entitlement when you get to a certain breach. And so fam, as you're building yourself up, stand strong in it. Don't have doubt with yourself. Don't listen. Don't soak in. You know, don't listen to someone who just always got something negative to say about you. And you know what I mean. When you're having a conversation with somebody, they just start digging, like the why you singles, or the why you this, or why you chose to do that. When they want to know why you made a decision to get where you are, and they start digging, well, why you did that, and why you did this, and why you did that, and why, and they want that explanation from you. When that conversation comes apart, so when you start giving an explanation for why you did something, that is how doubt is planted, right? Because someone that you don't owe an explanation to, you don't owe this person an explanation. Whether they want to be in your life or not, you don't owe them an explanation. And if they're in your face digging for an explanation, they start channeling through your decision making. And as they're channeling through your decision making, they're throwing doubt seeds, whether they know it or not. Because everyone's not conscious of their words and their day-to-day activity. That's not your problem. Okay? And so when someone's trying to plant that doubt in your mind, you gotta be wise enough to catch it. Right? And when you catching it, when you having that you catching it because you're secure with everything that you did. right? And so because you're secure with everything you did, you're keeping it brief. You're keeping it brief. Why did you move? Because I needed a change. Brief. Not because my family, my friends, my job, my past. You get what I'm saying, Soul Fam? Why, whatever the question is, keep it brief. Keep it brief. And if you and this person are meant to have a deeper intellectual conversation to help pull them out, to give them some type of insight on whatever, it'll come over time. A lot of time. Don't rush. I'm gonna give you a lot of time. Because, Soul Fam, not everyone is doing work to be great and maintain greatness. So if you're doing work to maintain greatness, don't take that lightly. Okay? Don't take it like, oh, I'm just healing. No. You are healing. You are breaking chains. You are breaking curses. You are walking into rooms that people wouldn't even predict. You used to have braces in junior high school. You wasn't cute. You yeah, me. Ignore the slurs. Be like, give them nothing. Give them nothing. Because healing is a expensive asset, Soul Fam. We're gonna wrap it up, Soul Fam. Love the work that you're doing and maintain the work that you're doing. Make it a habit. Okay? A great one. Soul Fam, I appreciate you. In order to be a part of the Soul Fam, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. More importantly, apply the knowledge. Applying the knowledge is key. All right, and we got to start connecting with each other, Soul Fam. So leave those comments. I love to see them. I respond back. Share it with a friend. Sometimes our friend needs to hear it from another perspective, another voice. Share it with a friend, Soul Fam. And in order to be a part of the Soul Fam, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. I think we said that. We say it twice. Make sure you hear. Amelia Adair here. If you have any questions for me, don't be afraid to reach out. And thank you so much for supporting me, being patient with me. And I hope this video brings you some peace, some love, some joy, some we got some great stuff happening, Soul Fam. So stay tuned. All right, Amelia Adair here. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon.